On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Alongside my partner Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, ready to get things started. And off we go from Jacksonville. Keelan Robinson to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. As we give you a look at the league's leaders in receiving touchdowns, you can see he's second best among NFL running backs at this point in the year. Right to the air goes Lawrence. That's complete. He finds Brian Thomas. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. At the 31-yard line. In the pistol, here's Lawrence. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Pass complete. He's got Calvin Ridley. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll again get it to Ridley. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. That caught Tony Pollard. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jaguars offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. And he has been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we're going to see much more of him as this game goes on. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And he'll get about 5. With that, why don't we give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He finds De'Ami Brown. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting the 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just
A big hole. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Jaguars. It's his second touchdown of the year.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Titans offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. It's a big one for Tennessee. Pickup of 46 yards.
This defense knew coming in that controlling this quarterback as a runner was a huge component to today's game. The plays he's able to make as both a designed runner, but it's the scramble plays. That's what really kills you. We see here early in the game they couldn't corral him, and it leads to a big play.
First carry for the man from Memphis, Tony Pollard. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he is going to be out of bounds. That is a gain of 20. And what a chance now. 1st and goal coming up. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that is punt in the end zone. He's in. Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Tennessee. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Lawrence. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. This a mess on the offensive end. He goes out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards on that play. second down, Lawrence. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down. Now here's Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Throwing is Lawrence. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They motion the slot man left. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Good drive to this point. Now can you convert on 3rd and 3? Now Lawrence. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's this crowd hoping for a challenge, and they're going to get their wish. The red flag is on the field. They're looking both at the feet to see if 2 were down, but also whether or not he had full possession of the football when those feet were down. So that challenge, a successful one. Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will move out to a 14-7 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
It's really just an extended handoff. Get the ball out wide to your running back in space and make the defense tackle him. That's really all this is. Something small turns into a nice pickup.
Now, faking the give. That's caught by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll look to throw yet again. The throw on the run is complete. 15-yard pickup there. First down for Tennessee.
A gain of 15.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early.
1st and 10. Now a handoff to Pollard. He'll get 4 and down inside the 20-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll throw out of the gun. That's to the left side, caught by Ridley.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
And he's in! Touchdown, Titans. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
That ties the game at 14.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
At the 41-yard line.
Lawrence. The throw left side, taken in by Thomas. Now a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
They put Strange in motion. They go play action for Lawrence. He'll try and get there on the ground. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
Lawrence gives this one to ETN. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2. At the Titans.
One of the tight ends in motion right. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. He finds his tight end. That's Brenton Strange. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
from the 1-yard line. First down and goal. They'll run it here with Etienne. Powering forward. He's in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Out comes the Tennessee offense. They get set to see what they can do. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. He'll tuck it and take off. It's a big one for Tennessee. 33 yards.
This defense is going to have to come up with some answers at halftime because they cannot allow this quarterback to just continue to have his way with them on the ground using his legs. And that's exactly what's happened so far here in the first half. And they're going to have to get that fixed and fixed quickly.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll try the left side with Pollard. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
I really like the play call. Sometimes you can catch the defense thinking run, and you can change it up on 1st down and go pass. The issue is, if you're the quarterback, you've got to get this ball out of your hand. It's either touchdown or out the back of the end zone into the bleachers, because you cannot afford to go backwards when you find yourself in a goal to go.
So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. Back to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darnell Savage, terrific coverage there, able to get a hand on it. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
You can tell the quarterback has built a lot of confidence in his ability to make plays today with his feet. The defense has had a hard time keeping him in check, and this time, much better job in pursuit. Even though he was able to get outside the pocket, they were able to chase him down and bring him down for a sack. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This fielded at about the 9. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Jags offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
This fielded inside the 35. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. So let's check out this call.
Offense.
They get the former first-rounder out of Northwestern, Peter Skoronski. Throwing now from the gun. He's got it. That's Burks. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Catch made there by Burks. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll try to run for it. They'll look to throw. There he goes again. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Jaguars have it. The quarterback was on the move, starting to gain some yards, but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs, but he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the ball, and now the defense takes over.
The Jaguars offense going to take over here in the final minute of this 1st half. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now here's Lawrence. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after 1st down, they find themselves in 2nd and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
They don't want a repeat of 1st down, so they'll keep it on the ground now. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this 2nd quarter. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Here's Logan Cook now. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. A fair catch. He's going to call it and take it right around his own 30-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in Jacksonville with the Jaguars out front.
Touchdown run that helped get his guy.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. The tight end Okonkwo is in motion. He runs with it.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. Complete. Wrigley on the reception. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here comes 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The home team's offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. 18 yards on the pickup there. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
On 1st down, Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
At the 38-yard line.
The carry here for ETN. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for our Jaguars. 1st down.
They put Strange in motion. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. Firing right side, brought in by Brown. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
Another Jaguars.
Rip, 23.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Lawrence now. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's good for another Jacksonville. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
This run straight ahead for Etienne. He is in. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. So that is 2 touchdowns in this game, and now 15 for the year.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
This taken at the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Titans offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with first and 10. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Lockett headed in motion. They'll get creative here on the jet sweep. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. On second down, here's Pollard. Maybe a couple there. It's third down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. They get 16 on that connection. That's good for a Titan first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That's to the left side, caught by Ridley. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They get the Alabama man, the former first-round pick, J.C. Latham. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. That's complete to Lockett outright. Here's a 2nd and 9. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. They'll throw out of the gun. Taking off. He'll try to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job. But can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Trevor avoids the hit, takes a slide, but also picks up a first down. That's 17 yards, and that's a first down. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On the handoff, it's Etienne. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, that's it. Here's a 3rd and 10.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 10.
Lawrence. Now he'll run.
Lawrence travels from the bucket. A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down. Logan Cook on the punt for the
So,
Jaguars.
3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. He's going to run it. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
He'll take off again.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Tennessee.
Again, it's Pollard. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run here with Pollard. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. That's taken in by Burks. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Pollard. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. The tight end, Okonkwo, is in motion. He'll try and get there on the ground. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the first down.
He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. It's second down. On the ground, it's Pollard. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Now he takes off.
Holding offense.
The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. They send Ridley in motion. Throwing now on third and long. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They put Strange in motion. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's second and 9.
At the 18-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. A tough spot here. Third and long. Back to throw. Lawrence. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. Oh, he gets it right back.
And man, does he dodge a bullet right there, Mike, on that sack. He's fortunate. That ball bounced right back to him, and he's able to recover it and keep possession for his team.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. That's taken in at the 50. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's first and 10. Connecting with his tight end, Okonkwo. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. They'll look to throw. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
First down, Tennessee.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Tyler Lockett. Touchdown, Titans. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Big two-point conversion now coming for the Titans.
The Titans will line up for the...
They'll look to run with Pollard. And he will get into the end zone. The conversion is good, and the lead is up to 3 here in the fourth quarter.
Not a real complicated breakdown needed here, Mike. In short yardage situations like that, if you have confidence in both your back and your offensive line, is that have the best results.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. On the return, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing is Lawrence. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. One of the tight ends motions right. They go play action for Lawrence. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Big play in the game right here. It's 3rd down. To throw is Lawrence. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And he will take this one in. 75 yards. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. A return now from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll drop to throw. He's going to tuck it and go.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure's good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
Now, 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and he's got Ridley. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Plenty of time, plus 2 timeouts at their disposal. It's 1st and 10. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Here's a timeout, Tennessee. It'll be their 2nd. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. Now they'll set up to throw. He's going to get it to Okonkwo. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. And he will get down here as he wisely avoids the contact. First and 10. He'll look to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Titans going to use the last of their timeouts here. And they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. He'll get this into the hands of Ridley, complete.
Offside. Defense. That penalty is declined.
Pressure time, no timeouts to stop the clock as they get set here for a big first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. This one complete right side.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping.
And this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish. They win it on the final play. So this one, a win for the visiting Titans. That is now 6 consecutive victories. They are making it look easy out there as they continue their winning ways. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.